Everybody. Welcome to the festival. And we want to talk with you about our new book, Spring Stroll in the City. It's a board book. I'm here with Kathy Goldberg Fishman, who is the author, and I'm the illustrator. We're experiencing some technical difficulties. So, Kathy, we can't hear Kathy, but we can see her. So she's going to hold up the book while I read it, but it's a counting book, and it's also about cultural diversity. So let me read it. It's very charming. Okay. So, a spring stroll in the city. What do I see? One giant shamrock, two kites in a tree, three bunches of tulips, four dresses to buy, a window with matzah stacked, five boxes high, six floppy bunnies, seven eggs in a bowl, eight straw sombreros hung on a pole, nine playful kittens and puppies that bark, 10 people dancing with scarves in the park. So Kathy told me that this book was, the series of books was written because of her stroll through the city and all the different neighborhoods that she went through, and with different cultures and people celebrating different holidays. So it's really fun to learn about something new and the celebrate the differences in our culture. So I'm the illustrator of the book. And so I just wanted to show you how I make each image in the book. So you saw, maybe Kathy can hold it up, the three bunches of tulips. So, yeah. Oh, thank you. So to do that image, first I start sketching. So here are some of my sketches in my sketchbook when I'm trying to figure out what ideas. You can see some dresses hanging and some people. And then I decided, and there's, first I thought, oh, I'll have them in a store window. And then I thought, ooh, maybe a sidewalk sale, because I love going to sidewalk sales and picking, and seeing the clothes hanging on a rack. So I decided to go for that. So in order to make my illustration, and you'll see there's the printed one. And look, this is the original. This is the artwork. And it's called a collage. So each thing here is a different piece of paper. And I see the green of the ground? I use this. It's a piece of Japanese paper, special paper that's textured, and it comes in like beautiful colors. I don't know if you can see that. This is like an orange. And I use, sometimes I'll use this kind of paper, and sometimes I'll use like colored pencils, and you might have this too, gel pens. And it comes to a point when I put them all together, and I'll show you what each thing is separate. And I'll show you, this is from another book that we did, but see, I have these like little characters. So this is the main character. This is the same main character. But this is her winter outfit. And in the book that Kathy's holding up, you're right. See her in her little snowsuit? Here she is. So I put together this little figure, out of paper. And here's like a little dog. And sometimes, yeah, I think that I have this in one of the books. But when I put it together, there's a point in which it's like playing with a doll house or paper dolls, and it comes alive. And so you might have experienced that yourself when you're playing. And whether you're putting a plane, a plane kit, you're making a model airplane and put together, there's a point where it comes together, say, oh, there's a plane. And so the same with this. I put all the elements together. I said, oh, look, it's the neighborhood. Look, they're walking around. And I really get into it. It's a lot of fun. So see, so there's the printed one, and here's the original. So that was a lot of fun. And this, oh, and by the way, this particular spread, 4 new dresses to buy, 4 dresses to buy, celebrates the Persian New Year, Nowruz, which is in the spring. And it's also it's when Nowruz, and it also it's Easter, and so people are buying dresses for Easter. So so it's lovely. And another one that I have illustrated is, and Kathy can put this up. It's the 8 straw sombreros. Oh, I'm going to show you. Oh, so I have the artwork for this. And Kathy just showed you the one about Passover, which is also in the spring. But now here's the sombreros. So you can see the printed copy, and this is the original. So each one of these figures is a separate figure. And this holiday is Cinco de Mayo, which is May 5th. So it's a celebration here and in Mexico. It celebrates a battle that Mexico won on May 5th in the 1800s. I believe it was, right, Kathy? It was the 1800s. Yeah, good. So so you see all that 9 sombreros, 8 straw sombreros hanging out there. And then the people are dancing, and then there's a band playing while they're dancing. So that was a lot of fun. So some of the other spreads, oh good, yeah, like the 6 floppy bunnies. So in this particular one, I painted these. I painted the bunnies. They're made out of paper, but then I watercolored the paper, and each piece, as I said, is separate, and it's on this colored background. So I'll show you some of my supplies that I use. I love color. So I have my oranges together, my colored pencils together, and then I have my purples together. And so I use it to add a little color to each one of those pieces. So besides the spring book, which just came out, as Kathy showed you, we have the winter one, A Winter Walk in the City, is available. So now we have 2, and we're going to be having summer, and then we're going to be having fall. So it's a wonderful series, and each book talks about different holidays that are in that season. So along with the holidays I just mentioned, the Nowruz, the Persian New Year, and Easter. The spring stroll in the city also talks about, like I said, Cinco de Mayo, and also St. Patrick's Day. And the first spread in that's when we all wear green. So you can see in the background, I have a lot of green because I always loved that when we dressed for school, we always made sure that we wore green. So in this one, she's holding a giant shamrock in a parade. It's like a balloon. So the second holiday, well, there's a kite flying holiday, and I know that there's a Japanese holiday for flying kites, but in the spring it's windy and it's the perfect time to fly kites. And then on Passover, oh, there's that one we just did. And then number 5 is Passover, 5 boxes of matzah. And Passover is a Jewish festival. And the Jews remember the Exodus from Egypt. And we eat matzah, which is like a cracker, instead of bread, because we had to leave in such a hurry. We didn't have time to let the bread rise. So it commemorates that. And then the next holiday, 6 floppy bunnies, is for Easter, because we always associate the Easter bunny for Easter. So the next one is 7 eggs in a bowl, and that's also for Easter and the Persian New Year, Nowruz. So you can see the seven eggs in the bowl. And then tulips, because the Persians love to have tulips for that holiday. So the main character is holding tulips. And the next one we did is straw sombreros. And then one of my favorites is 9 playful kittens and puppies that bark. And also because in spring, there are so many baby animals. And so cats have kittens and dogs have puppies in the spring. So, and then 10 people dancing in the park. Every culture has native or folk dancing. So these people are doing a scarf dance. So the characters that were in the book earlier show up here in these 2 pages, and they're all dancing and being joyful. And that's what we like to do with our neighbors, is to be together and enjoy friendship and celebration together. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Kathy. It was really fun to be with you. And thank you, Fountain Bookstore.